But we saw, I think when Wilson maybe scored 2 against West Ham, I want to say off the top of my head last season, he didn't start the next game. Eddie Howe is not afraid to make these changes. He builds a team, or he sets up a team based around who he's playing and not necessarily what his strongest team is.
I would disagree with that, actually.
You would?
Yes, for this, not that he doesn't do that, but that he, I don't think he'll do that for this particular game. If you're going to Manchester City and he's already gone on record saying this is the toughest match of any Premier League season for any club, then you go with your best team. You don't, and if he looks at that 5-1 performance, is he going to go and say to Isak, I'm going to play Wilson? Is he going to go and say to Gordon, I'm going to start with Barnes? Is he going to say to Tonali, well, you've done well, but you might need a little bit of a rest. I'll put Sean Longstaff in there. I don't think for this game he will. I would not be surprised if he plays the same team for this game. This is a different game. When you get on to other games and you're going to play Brighton and Brentford back to back, you might mix and match. But I don't think you're going to go to Manchester City for the hardest game of the season, having won 5-1 and blew the side away and change your starting 11 outside of any niggly little injury we know absolutely nothing about because Eddie doesn't tell us, etc., etc. If there's a little one of them where somebody's slightly off the pace a little bit, he might hold them back and bring them off the bench. But if everybody's fit and ready to go, I'd be surprised if he makes one change, for this particular game.
There we go. I did say on my Monday show that I wouldn't be surprised if Callum Wilson got the nod against.
I'd be staggered. I would be absolutely staggered. He is a wonderful player. Can't hold a candle to Isak.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree.
So why would you move Isak on the left wing or drop him?
I just think it's because of the power City have. I just wonder whether he just changes a little bit of personnel. But on the flip side, it is winning. You've won. You've got that momentum. So why would you change it? But we have seen him. We have seen him change it.
Isak can have a go at being runner-up in the Golden Boot behind Haaland this season if he keeps getting starts as a number. He's gone in as a number 9. He scores 2 goals, and we're talking about leaving him out of the next game. I mean, goodness gracious me, let's play our best. If that happens to Isak, it'll be an absolute huge disgrace. And I don't think for 1 second it will happen to Isak. But if it does, and we all adore Eddie and we all have faith in Eddie, but Eddie, don't do that to me. Don't do that to 50,000 Geordies. You've got one of the best centre forwards in the Premier League, if not European football. You know what you do with that? You play him centre forward from the start of a game. And I have been a great disciple of Callum Wilson. I think I once did a podcast with you last season, Andrew, and surprised you a little bit by saying if he'd only been able to stay fit, he could get in the top 10 legendary Newcastle centre forwards. And so that's how much I believe in Wilson. A totally different sort of player to Isak, but I believe in him. But by Jove, if I'm the manager and I can only pick one bloke centre forward, you know what? I would have Isak in cotton wool all week, and I would play him every game that really mattered. By that, I'm saying if we draw the FA Cup away to Shrewsbury in the 3rd round, you perhaps wouldn't. Same with the League Cup. Europe, you might look at a situation. But dear, oh dear, oh dear. Go to Manchester City without Isak. Why don't we run the flag up the pole?
I know Sean Longstaff in the starting 11 to offer that bit more of a defensive element. You're just saying it. They beat Villa so convincingly. Why would you change your winning side?
Yes, I am. I mean, I can understand why you would bring in Longstaff to a certain... But I could understand why you would bring in Longstaff against Aston Villa. At the start, I mean, because they physically outpowered us and outmuscled us in the last 2 games. The reason why they didn't bring in Longstaff, I think part of it is because he wasn't match sharp, having missed the games that he missed. But also Tonali went in there and surprised everybody. It would be hard to justify changing a side that's just won 5-1, in my opinion.